right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is 9:06 p.m. I'm here in New Jersey, and it is also August 7th, 2018. So it is Tuesday. I was looking at some of the pairs earlier, and some of the pairs did what we wanted. One of the pairs that I had actually wanted to move a little bit down a little bit further was EU. I remember looking at that for a possible sell. To have it come down technically and retest, right? Because overall, we were looking at this. We were looking for this to be a buy. We did say yes, it was going to be a buy, but the problem was what I had and what I normally wanted to see was a retest of that low, right down to here. If it draws, give it a second, and it's right there, right down to there. For it to retest, make a double bottom, and shoot up. In this case, it did not do that. Instead, what it did is it formed a little head and shoulders. You have the potentially left shoulder right here. You have that right shoulder right there, shot up. The only thing is it didn't take out that high yet. It still has a little bit of room. It's throwing a double top as we speak. It's in a weird position. Hold on one sec. Go to the back. On a call. One sec. Kidding. Okay. But through the inverted head and shoulders now, I think this is actually going to keep going based off the analysis we had yesterday. So we said that it was at that low. It's in a massive fringe right now. You see the supply and demand zone that we actually drew up from, May earlier this year. It's still holding. And as you saw the other night that it whipped off that actual area that it held it through an inverted head and shoulders and it shot up. Now, I believe that this thing is still has a little bit of room. Ideally, I want this thing to shoot up towards that 1 hour, the 4 hour water. That's the perfect pullback zone to initially start it. So do look for a continued rise. I don't really see anything telling me it's going to be a drop. It is a little bit overbought, but it's not divergent. So the most that we're going to be able to see is this possibly shoot down towards that water or the catch up and then come back up to retest this little zone here, right? Which actually comes out to be about, if we take this low, for instance, nice 35 pips, right? So it's looking good. Look for that to possibly be a buy. Let me look at this daily real quick. Yep, daily's looking good too. So short term for the day, look for a continuation up. Now that's probably going to be the same thing for gold. I haven't looked at it. Shot down through that wick. 1 hour. So it went up, came back down. It's still in consolidation. It's doing this thing actually. Oops. Well, I didn't draw, right? Yes. There. And then we got this on the short end. So if you look at it, it's still technically in the middle. I don't really love that. I still think this thing could, potentially just consolidate more. But I'm going to tell you guys, to be completely honest, hold off on gold. I just don't like what it's doing, and it's going to consolidate. It's going to go up and down. It's going to be in between these, these highs and lows. I mean, you can intraday trade it and scalp it. If it gets down to this low and hits this this trend line, then you can buy it. But if it comes up, hits this trend line, I want you to sell it. All right. So just be careful with gold. It's in the middle right now, so I wouldn't really touch it. Let's go to GU. GU we had for a continued push down. It came up, it shot to the upside. Didn't quite hit the male, but it did shoot back down towards the recent low. It didn't quite hit it. But if you had traded this last night for that sell, you would have grabbed some pips. Nice 45 pips from there. Possibly could have gotten a couple, a little bit less actually, but I'm looking at this as a whole. It's still divergent. Look at this 4 hour. It's throwing a double bottom. Hasn't really hit that low yet. Not really seeing anything in essence of it saying it's going to be a crazy reversal. Oversold daily. I think this is going to consolidate a little bit more. I don't like where it's at. Oh, look at that. Man, this is in its own little zone. One sec, guys. This thing wants to click. Come on. Try to make it click. It doesn't want to click. Then I have to go to the weekly. There we go. Let's do this. Yep. So it's in that zone right now that it's from freaking a couple of years ago. 2 years ago that held it all the way across, and it's hitting that zone as we speak. Daily. I just don't like the way GE looks right now. I still think, just based on the fact I have nothing. What is it? 1, 2, 3. You just gotta wait on this. It could still continue down, to be honest. I'm just not liking the way it looks. If it does reverse, the only thing we can really potentially see is this come down and then shoot up. It has to break that 15-minute layout, which is the 1 hour water. Only way you guys are buying that, right? If it doesn't break it, just freaking keep selling it. I think it's going to come down and retest this low this one more time. Then we can look for it to shoot up. And if it does shoot up for a pullback, it's going to come back down and it's going to go up towards that 15-minute blueberry, which is the 1 hour Mayo for a nice pullback zone. So we'll be seeing all that possibly occur. I'll just be really patient with it. Let's go to AU. AU is at that high. It's retesting that Mayo. It's not. Let me see this daily. Daily wicked off the water. Could possibly do it again. Well, then it didn't wick off the water. It almost did. Where's that high? Here's this high right there. 1 hour. It's bouncing off the blueberry. Couple things. Either it's going to shoot up, not take it out, and then drop, continue the trend, or shoot up, break that high, and then continue. We'll go back and retest it. Now, it is overbought. It is hitting, it is in a fringe, mind you. So possibilities of this shooting down are very strong. How many times it held? Here, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And the 4 hour, I can't even say that's a pattern because it's not a pattern. 15-minute. Shooting up back down. I would expect maybe a possible shot up or a retest. If not, look for this thing to be a sell because it's looking like it's going to drop, to be completely honest. Once it breaks this water in the 15-minute, it'll come back to be tested for a 50-50 bounce, and it's going to continue through the EMAs all the way back down to the bottom. That's what we're looking for. So we still got time on that pair. U-Chief. What do we have on U-Chief yesterday? So this one went down. I think what we did was we either had it for this. I think I may have called it for this, where it hits the water and then shoots up to retest the high. I may have called that. I don't remember what. I haven't played this pair in a while. But it came down towards the blueberry. Let me see what this 4 hour looks like. Oh, and it threw a massive that massive railroad right there in the water, Mayo in the 144. Interesting. But the daily looks like it's supposed to keep dropping. This might keep dropping. I don't know. But it's above the stationary. Let's see. This is again also in a tricky spot. Possibly this could happen where it comes down and shoots up. It's not the divergence that we look for when it comes to this, so it's not really divergent at all. This is hard. Just be careful with this pair. I don't like where it's at. It's in the middle. The best case scenario goes down to that recent low. That looks like what it actually looks like what it can do. So I'm going to say this is possibly going to be dropping down to that 15-minute blueberry. So just look at that. It's not my favorite pair. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to trade this pair. I believe that's what it's going to do. I mean, the fact that I'm sitting here saying this right now is probably the fact I'm not going to play it unless something really pans out. If this thing stop hunts low and gets that blueberry, doesn't take it out, then you can buy it. But if it comes up to the top, doesn't take out this high or this high, you can still look for valid sells. It all depends. It's in the middle. It's fringing. It's risky, but it's up to you. The UJ's been interesting. I think I've been wanting it to go back up because of what it did. Oh, that's right. We drew it out like this, where we had the lines coming across. And it seems like as if it held. 1, 2, 3. So probably looking for this thing to do a slow time drop. It's in a position right now where it's either going to come back down to 100% touch that low, or it's going to break this trend line, like I said last night, and then continue. All right, those are only options right now. So we're kind of got to see what it does here because it's rejecting the zone again. Once it rejects it this time here and it feels like a railroad or something, you can look for a sell back down to that bottom. But just be careful because the EMAs are tight. It's fringing. It can do whatever the fuck it wants. Draw your technicals, draw your support resistance zones. You'll be looking for possible. If this thing breaks above this trend line, you will be looking for buys. So for now, wait. But I'm pretty much going to say it's going to be a nice buy once it breaks that trend line. GJ. This pair continued. And this is why I tell you guys not to predict the reversals. Look what it did. It came up. It didn't even touch the water to continue down. I told you not to buy this pair unless it broke the water for the retest and then come back up. Hence it didn't. Hence why it continued to drop. Yes, it's still divergent. It can be divergent. And guess what I'm going to say again tonight? You're not trading this for a buy until you see it break that water, come back, retest, and shoot up. In this case, it's still divergent. This thing could shoot down, then come up, break it, then shoot up overall. For a pullback, 4 hour. This looks like it's hitting that little zone. So it's within the actual trend line. It is oversold like crazy. It's divergent to shun the hour. This thing is due for a pullback. It's due for a reversal. So just be patient on this pair. Let the patterns form because once this thing forms, guys, it will shoot up. Now this actually could be a straight rise tonight, kind of like what we saw in EU. I was saying look for the possible retrace, but look at this. The divergence starts here. That's this area right here. That's the left shoulder. This peak is the head. Shoots up half Batman. We'll possibly be looking for this thing to shoot up tonight. All right, so look for G to be a buy tonight. I like the setup. It looks good. Just be patient on it. If it shoots up, then it's going up to that 15-minute blueberry, guys, because guess what? That is the 4-hour water. And that's the first place it's going on a reversal. Just saying. EA. So EA has been dropping again. I'm pretty sure you guys could have caught that. It did retrace all the way back up, but don't worry. If you guys are holding it, still hold it. It's still got room to drop. It just pulled back. It's doing its thing. Because after every new low is a new high, right? So really just be patient here. This thing could – let me look at this 4 hour. It's hitting the zone right here. This line actually it's hitting it spot on. Here. There. It broke it. Yeah, this thing is going to continue to drop, guys. Nothing in the, it's pre-oversold, right? But it's not divergent, and it's going to continue down to the extreme oversold zone in the 4-hour. So you guys are continuing with the sells. Continue with the sells. 15-minute, you know, if anything, could possibly do some of this, come up at that Mayo. But I really do believe it's going to drop again. So keep looking for sells. GZ, I don't even care for this pair, so we're not even going to look at it. GA, fuck yeah. Whoever caught GA, good stuff. I do believe we were looking for this thing to be a continued drop, and literally what it's been doing. It dropped completely last night. That was perfect. I still believe this thing has room to drop. I actually have it going to. Shit, it went right to the first area of the take profit, which is right here. I literally had it for 1.73898. Like, that is literally where we had taken the take profit. It's at that low from 2 months ago. And it's going there. It's literally going to be hitting it very soon, and it's not divergent on the 4-hour. Expect another drop tonight, guys. It's going to hit that zone. So the zone that's going to be hitting, guys, is 1.73898. That's what you guys are looking for. G Chief. I do believe we had this thing for a continued drop. So if you played that, good shit. Came up, didn't hit the water, but it continued down. GBP pairs, like I said, they can do that. GBP doesn't always have to hit these EMAs. They can go in between them and then continue to drop. In this case, it bounced off the 144 through a double top, and it completely tanked. Daily is breaking lows. Damn. It literally hit that low from last night. Is a 1-hour divergent? It is divergent. It's going to start consolidating here. It's either going to break this low tonight and continue that trend, or it's going to consolidate until the EMAs get really tight. All right, so just be careful in the GT. It's at a really low point right now. Very, very low point. And we don't even look at NZD CAD, but shit, this thing reversed hard. Damn. This is what you're looking for. Oh God, it's at that low. This is going to go back all the way up, guys. NZD CAD, pull back, buy it. I don't like this pair, but I'm just telling you, I called this shit earlier this year for the sell that dropped for like weeks. Well, I'm telling you right now, look for the pullback down towards that water, and you can buy that shit again. All right, it's gonna be a nice buy. That momentum was gnarly. All right, guys. So that's Forex Chart Analysis tonight. Not a lot of crazy setups. I mean, NZD CAD, the pair I fucking hate, is just happening to set up nicely. So EU looking for continuations. Gold you're staying away from. GU looking for possible reversal setting up. AUD possible shot up and then a drop, but it actually could shoot up. I don't know. We got to see. I kind of want to see how it all plays out, but careful with AU. U Chief, possible shot down. UJ, either going to break this trend line to the upside and continue, or it's going to drop back down to the recent low. GJ, get ready for a rise. EA, continue to sell. GZ, fuck GZ. GA, keep selling down to that low. G Chief, possible consolidation or possible drop down to that low. And then NZD CAD, look for the pullback and then rise. All right. So with that being said, I shall see you. What's today? Wednesday? Tuesday. Sorry. Tuesday. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, same time. Let's kill it. We'll go through, check out these pairs, what they did last night or tonight, and we'll see how we can, reevaluate from there. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Good night.